Yeah, okay. Quick video, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get back on Alignable. Although, boy, the universe has really been giving me the runaround this morning after going through three laptops and all of them needing workarounds by IT. Um, I came back to my main camera, my main laptop here, and now the camera works. Go figure. July 3rd. Oh, sorry, please, thank you. July 31st, 2024. And just after I thought I'd gotten the lesson beat through to me that I needed to work like on finances and start putting some things in Microsoft SharePoint and uh, make a deliverable of a boilerplate project plan to start handing project managers as they start wanting to do the work. And well, I've got a home page. I've got an index.html. I've just, again, one thing leads to another, and it seems like all this snafu crap requires workarounds, which is the domain of a systems engineer. So I've done lots of it, but too much, actually. I don't want to do it anymore. If you want to do IT stuff, would you like to have an internship that after 3 months makes you employable? If you're not already. Yeah, internships are available. I'm starting to think about maybe posting on Craigslist again. But see, what need most from project managers is follow up and follow through. I really stink at that. Um, so that alone is enough. We can work together as partners if you need mentoring and help and pointing and stuff like that. We haven't even got talked about much about keyword search. I've done lots of keyword research. I know a lot about it, expert level, and we will certainly do that as we create products and and are deciding, well, how should we orient this project plan? How should we be promoting it? Um, in fact, keyword research in 2024 not being what it was 15, 20 years ago, I suspect most people that think they're doing keyword research are not getting the results they think they are. I mean, I was doing SEO like 20 years ago, right? So now, and I'm not much interested in getting Google love, which is what most SEO is about. They can go do their things. Anyhow, well, 3 minutes. I guess I can continue. Uh, it, man, I spent this morning throwing hissy fits because I hate Microsoft so much today. Their snafu, their crappy operating system. Um, Hell, when I lost the camera on this thing, a soft reboot didn't help. A hard reboot didn't help. That's unforgivable because the operating system is responsible for that kind of stuff. In a competent operating system, you should never have to hard boot. Well, what's the big joke about IT and stuff like that? Have you tried turning it off and back on? That's called a bounce. And that's indicative of Microsoft crap. They think that's okay. I say they're wrong. Right there, that's a huge bug. Whatever the bug is, wherever the bug. I think the problem with Microsoft is they created a platform that's too open for people to develop on, which is very powerful because Windows is still here today because I'm trying to get on Chrome OS and I want to use Ubuntu, but there's still applications you're going to want to use that really only support Windows. Yeah. iOS, Android. I don't do iOS and Android. If you want to do it, you can do it. It's just another operating system, another platform. That's all. You're gonna program apps if you prefer to call them that. The same way you uh, would program a Windows application or a Ubuntu application or whatever. The programming, I've I've uh, I've programmed in over 2 dozen programming languages, and there's only about 3 or 4 that I'm impressed with. All the others go about it the same way. So what I always say is it's the syntax that gets you. It's just a matter of syntax. What syntax does this programming language use? What rules, what strong typing or whatever does this programming language use? The ones that I would say are exceptions, if you're curious, would be Lisp, which was for AI originally. It stands for like list processing. And Prolog. I bought a Prolog engine once years ago and played around with that. And it's kind of like Lisp. Its paradigm, its approach to programming is somewhat different. And yeah, well, it's supposed to be friendly for AI and stuff, so I guess you could put if then rules in there. I'm not sure. It's been decades. Uh, Again, somebody I met the other day said that years ago she had programmed in COBOL for a few years. That's enough. That's enough. I can show you how what you're looking at and having trouble with really isn't that much different than COBOL. It's just different syntaxes. Now, what we want is we want to, whenever possible, whenever we can get ourselves to do it, we want to program in Solidity, because that's the number one programming language right now for smart contracts. So what Solidity brings to the table, one, it's a compiler. So rather than JavaScript or Python, it'll run faster and the cybersecurity should be stronger. But so I assume it saves in the smart contract metacode, which is the magic of Java. If you've ever not JavaScript, not JScript, but Java, the original programming language. If you know anything about that, its strength is that it doesn't. It's kind of a pseudo compiler. It doesn't fully compile, but it compiles and make what's called bytecode or metacode. That is really what is run, and because it's already done a lot of the work, it's faster. Okay, that's why Java took the world by storm. And back in the 90s, there was a period where there was high demand and almost no supply. And if you learned how to program in JavaScript, you'd get a very good programming job instantly. So we're back. But I'm confused. I'm all confused today because yeah, I should work on the financials. I should work on the boiler plate project plan. I should well, and I was saying I do have that HTML file I made to upload to HostGator before HostGator is making me do workarounds. Um, and I need to revisit that too. Maybe I'll see something different. By the way, that's a good troubleshooting technique. It's the old sleep on it. If you can't crack the problem, go away for a day or two, maybe a few days, and come back at it, and you'll be frightened. This is also why a second pair of eyes will work in pairs or triads most often. And part of the power there is sometimes the second pair of eyes sees what you just can't see. And I've got some stuff I say about that, but let's not say it here. Um, yeah, I want to get my voice recorders going, even though I bought 5 voice recorders in the past to capture sounds, and I've captured hundreds, but I've only ever downloaded like a few, and I don't think I even listened to those. So I've got a lot of raw content on them. But once again, I can't find the specific USB cable, which I try to keep so I don't lose it. And it's not like I have one, because each one comes with the correct USB cable. So why I've got so many, for one reason, is I thought, well, they're only like $20. I'll buy another one and I'll get the cable and then I'll get another voice recorder. Investment in assets and resources. And I don't want to have to do. I'm on a hiring spree. Hiring. I'm on a spending freeze right now until I better understand my cash flow. I've got credit. I've got three assets, but I'm holding. I'm holding on my altcoins, and no way I want to sell them right now. Bitcoin's going to come back. It does that. I've been in it since 2017. It gets all new highs. People, wow, it's worth a lot, and then it crashes back to about half of that. And before people start saying, well, it's got to be worth at least this. I paid twice as much. And then it soars again and goes to a new high, comes back. And that's the pattern, and it does that. And it's been rather consistent. Well, there was like 2 or 3 years, I guess, it was in the toilet. But it will come back. And they keep, the ones that know better than us keep saying easily 100K and should go up to 120K. So its last high was somewhere in the 70K, and my last comfort zone was in the third, like 35K. I remember buying around 11K, but I don't buy and sell Bitcoin so much, but I need to be aware of it because it influences the altcoin market, which I am heavily in. And Bitcoin, say, goes from okay 60K to 120K. That's just 2x. That's only 2x. The altcoins I'm looking at have a promise of 10x, 20x, 200x, and maybe to the moon. Why would I want to sell something to get cash now that soon, very likely, will be worth 200 times that? My Shiba Inu has already gone to 3 times what I paid and then came back very close to what I paid. But I'm holding on it and I don't even think about selling it because what I'm going for is the 200x. But even 10x would be good. So, anyways,